Well, George here again. Today's mission is staked in universal joints. Funny, I've never happened to run into this. I guess it's just coincidence. We've had a lot of issues with Hondas, Toyotas, Subarus, I guess it is, with staked in universal joints where you either got to send it to a machine shop or replace the whole shaft, drive shaft that is. This is the first experience I've run into on a Ford. Apparently about a 4-year run, near as I can tell to the internet, somewhere between 2004 and 2008 I think it is. The F150s, some of the Mustangs, maybe one or two others, ran what they call a staked in universal joint. Well, please ignore my messy bench here. It's been a pretty wicked couple of months. This is what a staked in universal joint looks like. Instead of a clip, they put the universal joint in with a machine and then it gets clinched. They call it staking. There's no way, don't even bother going to your parts store and just getting a conventional universal joint for this. I played that game being totally unaware that Ford, my favorite of all time, I've always owned Fords, and once in a while you get disappointed, even with the best. So they apparently tried this little experiment, and it must be it worked, because this is a 2005, and they've been out for a while, and I haven't had to change one myself, but this time we are. Ultimately, you're going to end up with a specialty kit. The kit, I probably should explain, comes pretty comprehensive instruction, no less than 11 pages of instructions. Some of it is just basic information on changing universal joints. But in the kit, you're going to find this special little tool that's made, you put it on a 1/2-inch ratchet, breaker bar, whatever, and you lock it in to where the stakes are set and hold it firmly and give it one quick snap, and it literally shears off those little stakes. It works surprisingly well, considering. Now, the difference is that where it's staked in there, maybe I can show on this one here, this is the other part of the shaft, there is a groove right in there for the snap ring to go. Unfortunately, the original joint is staked below that. So in order to make up that difference, they have these little spacers. I know it sounds bizarre, but these little spacers take up the difference and center the joint. And then you put your little special clips on. And they paint them yellow, I suppose, so you don't get them mixed up with something else. I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of a code that they have. I don't know. I'll block off the name of this, but this is my local Ford dealer. And if you can focus in here, it looks like $128.86. Maybe I'll get it right here eventually. All right, so if you can't see it, you'll have to take my word for it. From the local dealer, it was $128.86, and the part number, maybe I'll just take a picture of it after and snap it into the video somehow. I'll take a picture of it now. All right, so now what I am in the process of doing now is the first step. I've actually pressed in the first bearing cup and installed the cross, and the bearing cup has to be pushed in far enough, of course, so that you can start the other one and still have it flow freely before you start the pressing process. So that'll be the next step. So I've completed this installation of the replacement joint for the staked in joints on the 2005 F150. I won't be recommending this process. It does work, but it's not cost effective in my opinion. With the joint costing me $120 from the dealer, approximately $160 to the customer, and you figure it takes about twice as long to install as it does a regular joint. If you had to do both joints, you'd be really darn close to the $600 new drive shaft that comes with the old style universal joints that are clipped in, and you can get the parts at any part store. I did research 3 different nationwide parts store chain, and none of them had any idea what I was talking about. I think there's one advanced. I think it said that they had Nepco, but they were going to be a week maybe to get it, at least at our store. So I surrendered, went to Ford, got this part. It was going to be 3 days to get a drive shaft, but I think if it was my truck, I would have waited the 3 days and had the right drive shaft come with the original joints, which are less than $25 and a lot easier to change. So make up your own mind, but in my shop, we won't be recommending this procedure in the future. If they want it, we'll do it. We can, but we're going to try to upsell them to a new drive shaft. And if you're a customer and you're researching this because your mechanic is giving you an outrageous price on this job, well, I can tell you this is an expensive proposition. So sorry, Ford let us down on this one. Thank you.